Okay, so let's take some time to sit down in a comfortable seat. Arriving in this present moment with an abundant, open heart. And as you soften the body into the stillness, become aware of the flow of your breath. The movement within the body. As we decide on an intention for the practice, let it be something to do with the flow of your life and being in it. The sacral chakra is located just below the navel, and we witness it as an orange ball of energy, a powerful energy center that is responsible for our emotions, our creativity, sensuality, and sexuality. And as we flow through a vinyasa practice today, I invite you to stay connected to the transition within your body from stillness to movement. Let us witness this space between the breath as you inhale and then change over to the exhale. There's that ever so slight pause. And it is these tiny little snippets of energy that we become in tune with as we practice. Honing in the awareness within our practice on the mat and within our life each moment. We're going to stay here for a few more breaths just to sink in, allowing those words to just wash over you. And then we're going to begin to work the breath a little more. So you'll take your right hand onto the sacrum, just below the navel, and then the back of the hand behind your back. And we're going to do what we call a Kapalabhati breath. So it's quite short and sharp. It's very energizing. And for those of you who've never done Kapalabhati, you might feel like you're doing it wrong if you pulling your belly in when you breathe out, etc. Don't worry, as long as you're doing it and you're breathing in short and sharp, okay? And as you breathe out, your tummy pulls in, okay? So let's just take a moment to just feel that. That's why the hand's here. So you're gonna breathe in and then breathe out, pull the tummy in. Again, breathe in, breathe out, pull the tummy back, okay? And we're gonna do it a little fast, so you'll start to feel the body really heating up. Just do what you can, okay? There's no real, well, there is a right or wrong, but of course when we're learning, it's important just to not give yourself a hard time about this. Okay, so let us start. Take a deep breath in and out to prepare. Good, and then inhale short and exhale. Keep it up. Deep breath in. And relax the hands to the knees, exhale out. Hopefully you would have felt that heat building up. And then we're going to make our way to standing at the top of your mat. So we're going to take our feet a little wider than usual now. Toes out to the sides, heels in a little. And as we flow today, I want you to encourage yourself to move fluidly through the practice. So trying to maybe encourage a little bit of your own movements between when I'm kind of just paused, when we're paused, okay? So if we're flowing through the poses, fine. Maybe even when you get in those poses, you'll still move around. But let us just take time to ground the feet. Soften the knees a little, bring the head down.
And then we're just going to sway here from side to side, warming up the body, feeling the movement and linking it with the breath. So as you go one direction, you'll inhale, and then you'll sway over the other way as you exhale. Just feeling how this feels. You'll notice the stretch enhance as you move to the side. Keep a little activation in your tummy, soft lift up the pelvic floor, and we're just in this beautiful motion of movement. I always like to think of the breath and the movement as a dance. You know, it's an expressive way of showing up for yourself. How we walk, how we talk, how we wash our hair. You know, these are all things that we do, and I'm sure a lot of us do them very differently. Okay, crawl your spine to stand. Take a deep breath in as you travel up. Then float your arms with the elbows. So float the elbows up, let the hands just dangle. Then bring the palms out to the side. Open your heart. Now you're going to close that all up. So you're going to bring the elbows together, drop the hands, and then tilt the head and curl like a ragdoll. I guess this is kind of like a ragdoll. And then curl back up, breathing in. Elbows raise first, then hands lift up and open the arms. And then close the arms, tilt the chest, the chin to the chest, and then roll your spine. So we're reversing that movement. 2 more like this. Breathe in. Open and breathe out. Last time, inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Beautiful. Okay, turn your toes back to parallel. You're going to bend the right knee, straighten the left leg, and just sink the hips, the hips over to the right. Hands can be flat on the ground, guys, so bend your knees so that they're there to guide and support. Tummy draws in, then sway to the other side. So now you're going to hopefully feel a nice big stretch in the foot, out the outside of your leg. Good, come back to center. Then inhale, lengthen your spine up halfway. Keep the knees bent, hands flat on the floor. And step your left foot back. All the way to the left side of your mat, knee down. Good, now exhale, roll your hips back, keep your hands flat, bow your head forward. Inhale, travel through, let the chest come through the arms. Exhale, pull your tummy in, round your spine, straighten the front leg, hips go back. Inhale, come forward. Pull it back. Beautiful, come forward. As you come forward this time, right arm's going to stretch up over the shoulder. Big circle with that hand, keep the toes tucked under on the left leg. And then sweep the arm forward and round it all the way back. Let's start to build a little heat here now. One more time, inhale. And round it all the way back. Palms to the floor. Lift the knee. Step that right foot out to the right edge of your mat. Lower the left knee down. Good. From here, you're going to inhale. Stretch your chest through the arms. And exhale, take it back. Round your spine. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, bend the right knee, pull the hips back. So we're doing this a little differently this time. And pull the hips back. Now stay back and flip that right foot flat. So you're going to turn the right knee out towards the right side. Good, hands are still on the floor. Bow your head down. Then lean your weight over to the right side. Try and keep the right heel rooted into the mat. Good, inhale, come back to center. Then swivel onto your plank pose. And let's do that on the other side. So right knee comes down. Good, bend that left knee and pull the hips back. Curl yourself forward, inhale. Exhale, take it back. Breathe in forward. So we're finding fluid movement here. Keeping the body nice and active. Good. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, sink the hip back. Then turn the left toes. Sink your hips over to the left side this time. Just leaning into the inner thighs. A lot of our sacral chakra is responsible for our hips.
And as ladies, obviously we are born up and brought up to keep our legs closed and our hips closed off. Good, inhale, come back to center. Good, you're going to slowly push up to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Pedal out your heels. Move from side to side, which is warming up the body. Again, finding fluidity. You know, when we're using the sacral chakra, we want to be creative in our movement. We want to be essentially connected to how this feels in our body. And of course, moving forward to what feels amazing. You know, if something doesn't feel great, please don't do it. Beautiful. Left leg forward. Knee down. Heel toe this foot over to the edge. And then we're going to pull the hips back, bow the head forward. Inhale, come forward, chest through the arms. Same as we did on the other leg. Pull it back. Rounding the back, stretching the hamstring on the front leg. Inhale forward, last one. Beautiful. Coming all the way forward. Now, stretch your arm forward on the left hand and take it all the way back. 3 big circles on the side. Sweep your hand. Breathe as you find the movement. Waking up the shoulders. Spread your fingers wide to stretch your hands. We're going to have a bit of weight bearing on them today. So we want to warm them up. Palms to the floor. Then step back to plank. Now, feet out to the edge of your mat. Hands out to the edge of your mat. Your plank's going to feel very different now. Okay, shoulders still on top of wrists. Pull the belly up. Rounding the upper back. Feel strong in your legs. Strong in your shoulders. And then press your heels away from the body. Now, rock forward onto the tips of your toes and sweep it back. 3 of these. Come forward. Keep that engagement in the core. Push your heels back. Last one. Forward. And push your hips back. Lower your knees down. Sink your hips to child's pose. Sweep the arms behind your back. Interlace the fingers. And driving up through the knees. Rise onto the knees. Lift the heart. Elbows are going to bend soft, so we're pulling the thumbs up towards the sacrum. Nice job. Okay, inhale, exhale here. Just feeling the expansion from the pubic bone right up to the chin. Lift the head. One more inhale. And exhale. Bring your hands to the floor, into downward facing dog. Slow walk of your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway up. And fold, exhale. Good. Breathe in, rise to stand. Palms into prayer. And let us just pause in a mountain pose. So the body should be nicely warmed through now. Inhale, raise your arms up. And exhale, fold forwards. Breathe in, come up halfway. Breathe out, bow your head. Step your left foot back. We're coming straight to warrior 2. So align the heel on the front foot to the middle of the back foot arch. Inhale, raise your arms up forward. Exhale, warrior 2. Good, so remember when you set up warrior 2, this front heel's in the middle of the back foot, knees on top of the ankle, arms are stretching away from the shoulders. Pull your navel back, beautiful, okay. As you inhale, let's lean it over. We're coming into extended side angle, elbow to thigh, fingers over the ear, arm over the ear. Good, now feel the energy on your pinky toe on the left foot, rising through the waist. We're going to just pause there for a moment. Remember when we still pause to find the flow, the movement. Okay, nothing is ever static. And then exhale, windmill back. Hand down the thigh, right arm over the ear. 3 of these, inhale forward. Stretch through your fingertips. Light on the elbow, exhale, take it back. Keep your tummy drawn in. Last one, forward, inhale. And exhale. Now, as you reverse to warrior, pause there. We're going to just look up to the sky. 1 breath here. And then slowly rise your arms over your head and turn your right toes to parallel. Now, toes in a line is very important to keep the hips square here, guys. So check, use the side of your mat if you need to. Hands go behind your back, interlace fingers. Lift the chest. Feel that energy at the base of your spine and then hinge forward. Soften your knees just a micro bend so they're not locked out. Elbows are soft as we lift up the hands away from the sacrum. And then place your thumbs down, just nestle them into that triangular bone at the base of your spine. Now come up halfway, inhale, pull your tummy back. And then turn your body in face and bring your nose towards your right knee.
Then inhale, come back to center in a 90-degree bend and take your nose to the left knee. Come up halfway. Release your hands, bow forward, exhale. Inhale, raise the arms all the way up. Arms out wide. Now left toes turn to the long edge, short edge of your mat. Drop warrior two on the other side. Whoops. Okay, so just take a moment to align your warrior two. Soften your shoulders. Feel long energy from fingertip to fingertip. Then we did the side stretch. So you're going to lean over to the left. Elbows slightly on the thigh as you reach out of the right fingertips. Good. Just take a moment there to feel from toe to finger. Long energy. And then exhale takes you back to reverse. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Really working the waist here. And then take it back and hold there. We have one breath here in our reverse warrior. Looking up to the sky, feel your feet grounding deeply to the floor. And then inhale both arms over your head. Straighten the left knee and turn it back. Toes back into parallel. Bowing forward to fold. Exhale. Now take your hands down the outer edges of your legs towards your heels. Balancing the weight between the toe and the heel and draw up through the knees as you lengthen from the tailbone to the crown, surrendering the upper body. Notice the orange ball of energy just below your navel center. And then let us find a bit of motion with the arms. So big circles, as if you've got a crayon or a pen on the end of your hand. You're going to take 3 big circles, sweep the arms forward, up, back, and round. Hands then reach back to the ankles. And we go the other way. So you're going to go back, rub the arms up your legs, and then round. Now, as you come round, you want the shoulders to rotate forward. So you've got to turn your hands, okay, as you come towards the floor. You'll feel you get to a point where you have to do that. Beautiful. 3 of those, and then come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Soften your knees if you need to. Breathe in, rise all the way up to stand. And we're pivoting onto the right side. So turn your right toes to the short edge of your mat. Palms come down, you step back to plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhale to cobra. Pull the tummy back to the spine. And exhale into your downward facing dog. So let's pedal out the heels. I don't know about you, but the edges of my feet in Pasarita, that wide forward fold, they always get a bit hot. So if you feel any experience of your practice, you know, a lot of the time we have to just move the body to push that energy forward. Okay, now we're going to do little circles with the hips here. So you're going to stay in your downward dog, and then thinking about your pelvis, you're going to tilt it forward, press it back as you curl and round your hips. 3 in each direction. Use your core. Very nice job, guys. Okay, forward to plank. We're swiveling onto the right side, right plank, right side plank. And drop your right knee if you need to. Lengthen out of your fingertips and look up to the fingers in the sky. It challenges your balance, so be careful. And then reach your left arm forward over the ear, pulling up your hip as if a golden piece of thread is drawing your hip upwards. Then the palm comes to the floor and you swivel straight over to the left feet. Right arm rises up. Feel long through your spine, pull your tummy back, and then bring the arm over the ear as you lift up through the hip, pressing firmly down into your hand. One more breath. Beautiful. Hands down. Right, forward into chaturanga. Elbows to your ribs. Inhale to cobra. Gentle little stretch through the chest. And back into downward facing dog. Right leg sweeps up and away from the body. Bend your knee, open your hip up, look under your armpit. Draw the navel back. Find the flow of your breath. Once more, inhale. Exhale. Close your hip off, step it forward. Warrior one. Back heel to the floor. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, take your hands behind the back. Interlace your fingers, drop your thumbs down. Humble warrior, bowing forward, bring your right shoulder to your right knee. Keep the elbows soft here, rooting into both feet. Lengthen out of the crown of your head. And then from here, we're going to take our hands underneath the right leg, opposite hand to elbow. So you're going to bring the arms right underneath that front right leg. Now, press deeply into the back foot. Inhale, exhale. This is just a little hug for ourselves because we all deserve a hug sometimes. And then release your hands, sweep them all the way up over your head. Now, rotate round to the right, so gentle twist to the right and bow forward, bringing the hand under the shoulder. Inhale the right arm up over your body. One breath here. Beautiful. And then hands to the floor. We're stepping back to plank. Chaturanga and cobra. Inhale. Now, exhale, come back onto your knees, drop onto your forearms, then tuck your toes and find your dolphin pose. And your knees can be as bent as you need to in dolphin. You're same thing with the lower body. You're pointing the tailbone up to the sky. Tummy draws in. Rooting deeply into the elbows as you draw the shoulder blades apart. Looking beyond your inner thighs, spreading your fingers. Good job. Okay, now walk your feet to touch. We're going to sweep the right leg up and do that open hip thing again. You can't open it too much. You've got to keep your shoulders square and that weight in both elbows pressing down. But just lift your knee up and then send your heel away and you bring the foot back to the floor. Lower onto your knees and rest in child's pose. Take both hands behind your back, interlace your feet, palms up by your feet and pause. Last deep breath. Good, hands under the shoulders, all the way back into downward facing dog. Left leg sweeps up and away. Bend the knee and open up your hip. Keep your tummy nice and active here. We want to really feel the opening in the hip, but it is still strong in the body. Bringing all that oxygen and energy into our womb, to our power center of the feminine, our inner goddess. Good, okay, step that knee forward. We're dropping into warrior one. Raise the arms for the inhale. Lengthen up out of your fingertips. Then stretch your arms behind your back. Interlace the fingers. Lift the heart, look up. Exhale, bowing forward into humble warrior. Now we did a little huggy on the other side. We're going to do the same here, ladies. So slowly release your hands. Give your leg a big squeeze, opposite hand to elbow. Maybe a little kiss. We have to learn to love ourselves, guys, of course. Whenever we remember, just give yourself a hug. It's okay. One more breath. How's that flow going? Are we feeling in the flow? And then release. Inhale the arms over your head. And palms to the floor. Oh no, sorry, we did the twist. My apologies. Twist to the left. Oh, I do miss having you guys in class. Hopefully it won't be too long. Good. Then we bow forward, bring the palm to the floor, twisting the left arm all the way up. Nice big twist. Keep rooting that back heel to the floor. Bring the hands down and step it back to plank. Lower to the knees, chaturanga. Inhale for cobra. Back through downward facing dog. Good, then lower onto your forearms. You can drop to the knees first if you need to. Walk the feet to touch, and then the left leg goes up. Lifting up the knee. It's kind of like a peeing dog, this one, really. But just imagine that your left knee is floating up on a balloon, like it's got a helium balloon on it. It's just floating. Ooh, one more breath. And then lower yourself down, take a child's pose. It's quite strong on the shoulders, that one, guys. So just take a pause, sweep the hands to your feet, and let the shoulders melt away into the floor. Beautiful. Inhale, press your hands back onto the mat. We're coming back to down dog. Walk your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale halfway up and bow and fold. Exhale. Rise slowly up to stand. Inhale. Float the arms up and palms to prayer. Okay, so a little balance sequence now. When we think about our balancing practice today, we're going to think about balancing our emotions, honoring what comes up in our life, never trying to always change things, okay? All right, so we will shuffle the weight to the right foot. Just allow that foot to melt into the floor. Inhale, lift your left knee up and open it out to the side into Vrikshasana. So foot can either go to the floor and ankle, the calf, or up into the inner thigh. Wherever you do decide to go, be mindful that the foot's not on the knee. And then we're going to expand our tree wide. Breathing deeply, just sinking the shoulders down. Find your spot to stare at. Pull your tummy in. Just imagine yourself expanding wider and wider towards your own creative, sensual self. Perhaps over the weekend you can find some time to do something that brings you joy, that brings you pleasure. I will be having a delicious chocolate pudding tonight, which will bring me all the pleasure in the world. Inhale the arms up, palms to prayer. And exhale, lower your hands to the heart. Now we're going to take that foot off. Try not to put it down if you can. Forget now which one I plan to do. Oh yes. Ankle onto knee. And then you sink yourself down. Keep your tummy really drawn in, and this lifting up of the crown is really helpful here. And then the foot, you imagine your foot to be an enormous, deeply rooted root into the earth. Nice, ladies, this looks good. Real good. Oh, I wish I could just take a photo of this. It looks amazing. All four of you. Good. Okay, arms reach wide. Rising up. Now we're going to transition into one more balance here. Lift the knee in line with the hip. Flex your ankle. And then extend your hands and extend your foot forward. Doesn't matter where it goes. Just feel that energy, two-way energy going down and forward. Pull your tummy in. Exhale. Now bring your hands to prayer. Close your eyes and plant that foot to the floor. Whew. That is a gush of energy down the right side. Hope you can all feel that. Okay, a little sway from side to side. Let's just move that around. It's amazing when you really tune into that feeling, and then you'll notice like now it'll start to ease off, right? So cool. So prana, life force. This is what we talk about a lot in yoga. That was a prime example of feeling into it. Okay. Other side. Hands into prayer. Visualize your left foot growing wider, deeper. Right knee rises. Then it turns. Hip rotates open. Foot goes to the ankle, the calf. Preferably the same spot as the last side, really. Beautiful. Nice. Okay, this time our tree is growing taller. So what tree would you be? If you could be any tree, what would it be? Would it be a mighty oak? Would it be a silver birch? Whatever tree it is, I hope it's deeply rooted to the earth and fully grounded, nurtured with what it needs. And it is our job to do this. Open the arms wide. Embrace your wobbles. Maybe close your eyes if you want to challenge your balance. Just wherever you are, be still, but also in the flow. I know that completely contradicts itself, but there's lots of movement going on in our bodies, guys. There's blood moving, there's water, there's air. Is there air? I don't think there is actually. Okay, arms rise. Now, release that foot. Take it to the top of your left thigh and then sit back as if you're about to take seat into the most comfortable lounger ever.
Feel that deep stretch through the glute, that hard work on the leg. Breathe into it all. Let the breath soothe and soften. Amazing. Okay, slowly rise all the way up. Arms go up, knee goes up. And then extend that flexed ankle forward. Pull your tummy in. This is super good for the core, this one. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Breathe into that leg. Amazing. Okay, hands together, close your eyes, and then whoosh, foot down. Amazing. Okay. Point your fingers to the floor, bow it over. Inhale halfway up. Palms flat, step back to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale to cobra, open heart. Back through to downward facing dog. Just pausing in your dog for a moment, grounding through the feet. Bringing your attention to the lower belly as you pull the belly back. And then you're going to lower yourself down onto the knees. Move the feet out of the way and come to sit on your buttocks. Okay, so we're going to sit cross-legged if you can. Stack your ankles and knees, great. If you can't, don't worry, it's just a plain cross-legged position, comfortable position of your choice. And we want to make sure that both hips are rooted into the floor. So we're going to do a little work on bandhas now. The abdominal bandha is called Uddiyana, and it's located right there by the sacral chakra. So we're just going to take our finger, feel where our belly button is, and then just kind of allow the hand to rest there in that space. Sweep the opposite hand behind. Okay. So we're going to do 5 breaths this way, and then we're going to change our legs and do it the other way, okay? So all you'll have to do now is we're going to activate the energy lock at the navel. So you'll pull the tummy back, and then imagine that your tummy button is lifting up just an inch, or not even a millimeter. So you pull the tummy in and then lift it up. Okay, so that then activates the energy center, the lock at this point, and these locks are to keep the energy located in the midline, yeah, in the center of the body. Okay, so let us just release that. Now the pelvic floor lock is a gentle pull up of the muscles we use to stop ourselves wetting our pants, okay? So let us just do that. Imagine a big wee on board, and then squeeze to hold. Breathe in, breathe out, and let go. The last one is the throat, so the chin's going to come all the way to the chest. You're pressing down. Whoa, can you guys hear that? It's rain, like massive monsoon rain. Sorry, forgive me. Okay, so deep breath in, deep breath out here. And then release. All right, so let's do all of them now. So we're going to do pelvic floor first. Lift that one up. Pull your tummy back. Drop your chin on the chest. Now you're going to hold all of those, and we're going to take 5 breaths. Squeeze. Last one. Good, and gently release. Ooh, okay, let's change the legs around the other way. So if your one foot's back, that comes to the front. Okay, and then we're going to do this one in sequence now. So we'll do root, belly, chin, hold for 5 breaths, and then we'll release the chin, the belly, and the root. Okay? All right, let's just take our hands, index finger to thumb, place the palms up on the foot and the knees, or the knees if you've got your legs crossed. Breathe in and out to prepare. Good. Okay, exhale the pelvic floor up. Inhale, hold. Exhale the tummy in and up. And then inhale, hold. And then chin on the chest. Now 5 breaths, pulling all 3 of those in, holding onto the locks. Big deep breath in, still holding the locks. Exhale, release the chin. Hold the other 2, inhale. Exhale, release the tummy. Keep holding the pelvic floor. Inhale. And exhale, release the pelvic floor. Okay, so just take your legs straight now. Palms on the knees and just notice. Hopefully we should feel some sort of sensation around this midline, where we've really charged up the energy there. Good. Okay, take it to the floor now, lower it down onto your back. And gently rock from side to side as you bring the knees to the chest. And then hands are going to come onto the knees. We're going to do 3 big circles in one direction. So knees go out, together and in. And then bring your knees into the chest. You're going to reverse the circling the other way. So away, out and in. And 3 of those. Very nice. Straighten your right leg and twist your left leg across the body. Once it comes all the way to the floor, then extend your left arm away from the body as you melt the shoulder into the earth. Just taking a time to be completely soft here now. Allowing the gravity to hold you in place. Maybe your body moves out a little bit, that's fine. You just want to let go. And we're just going to squeeze into the sacral chakra, just compressing it one last time so that we can breathe in this fiery orange energy to enhance our lives in a way that is creative, sensual, and deeply pleasuring. Make it this weekend that everything you do is going to bring you joy and bring you pleasure. Anything that you might have planned that doesn't do those things, maybe put it off this weekend if you can. Good, then bring the knee in, place the foot down. Both knees come back to the chest. This time left leg straight. Right knee across the body. All the way to the floor. Then the right arm sweeps it back. And we just find that happy medium. That place in our body where we can completely melt into the earth. Visualize the orange ball located just below your belly button. Each breath is going to ignite that orange color and make it brighter. Good, last deep breath in. And exhale slowly out. Place your feet on the floor. Hands are going to come down by the sides of your body, palms facing the mat. And let us just windscreen wiper the knees from side to side. And then finding Shavasana so that you can be as completely comfortable as you can. Grab a blanket if you need to stay warm. And just give yourself this time and space now to allow the energy that we've worked on, and we've done a lot of energy work today, to just continue coursing through your body, sweeping away any stagnant energy and renewing it with bright, fiery orange light.
as we conclude this week of our second chakra, hopefully we are feeling a little more grounded, a little more open to our creative way of living, and more aware of how we feel. And as you sink down into the earth, we can finish with one little mantra. I am a creative being who is balanced, grounded, and abundant. I am a creative being who is grounded and has an abundant life. Allow each breath you take to melt you into the floor a little more. Really surrendering any tension. Letting go completely.
Take a long deep breath in through your nose. Slowly begin to move the fingers and toes. Slowly start to circle the wrists and ankles as you float the arms up over your head. Then bring the knees into the chest. Rolling the lower back into the earth. Roll over to your side and take a pause here in this fetal position. Feeling in this moment that you are reborn as a creative, as a passionate, sensual goddess. And then slowly come up into sitting. Bring our hands together in prayer to bow and seal. Om Shanti, Shanti Shanti, peace, peace, conscious peace.